Hello, gang. Colin here. Festa 67's workshop. And welcome. Workbench Live with Festa and Foxx for our good old friends over at eModels.co.uk.
Your one-stop shop for all your model making needs. All of them. Every single one. Every single one.
Not some of them, folks. Not a few of them. Not
three.
A little of them. But all of them. All of them.
All of them.
A lot.
Every single one.
As you can see, we got the Bandeblade on our bench.
It is the Bandeblade.
So we're going to be continuing doing some bits and bobs with them. But first things first, let's get the important thing done. Let's say hello to all you wonderful people in the chat. You have your brew, mate. I'll do a bit of chat dollying. Myself and Fox are in there saying hello, everyone. Dragon Lover 68 is in saying hi, Colin and Fox. Hello, Connie. How you doing?
Hello, Connie.
Paul D. Tomazzo's in from California, Canada even. Hello, mate.
California.
Love to you and Dawn. Graham McRobert is in saying hi to Fox, Colin and the chat. Hello, geez. How you doing? What else have we got? Jacqueline is in saying evening, gents. Hello, Jackie. Kipper's in saying evening. Hello, Kip. How you doing, mate? Jeff Light is in, says a very good evening. Cole Fox and everyone in the chat. Hello, Jeff. How you doing, mate? Jacqueline saying hello to Connie. So there you go. That's the chat all sorted out.
Mm-hmm.
How's you and how's me mum doing? Hope you're both doing all right.
Yeah, we're doing all right. She had bendy sausage and chips for her dinner, so she's quite happy.
Did she now? Oh, happy days.
With the gravy and the mush pea, which is always nice.
Nice.
And then she left loads of it. So I hooved it up.
Oh, nice one. If you could let me know in the chat that audio and video is coming through all right and all, because that'll just put my mind at rest.
Yes. I usually end up really quiet, so let me know if
Stefan Last is in, saying evening, ladies, gentlemen, and anyone in between or beyond.
Space behind and between.
Yeah, just want to check to make sure that's not actually on, because I'm picking up an echo. Yeah, it was. There you go. See, I checked.
Hear that.
Yeah, I could hear it feeding back. So yeah, it was my iPad.
I'm just reminding myself of Space Above and Beyond, which was terrible.
Oh, nice one. Lee Eagles is in, saying hello, everyone. Hello, Lee. Jeff says audio and video are fine. Are both good, even. Get teeth in, Cole.
Come in again.
Yeah, we've got Candygram for Mongo in, saying hi to Festa, Fox, Stefan, Jacqueline, I'm stringing it out, Connie, Graham, Jeff, Dave, Matthew, Paul, and all in chat.
It seems to me that what is called for is an exquisite balance between two conflicting needs, the most sceptical scrutiny of all hypotheses that are served up to us, and at the same time, and great openness to new ideas. I was ready right on the button.
I'm so impressed, mate. You're
proud of me.
Well, that's stretching it, but all right.
They grow up fast nowadays, don't they? They do grow up fast.
All right, I'm proud of you, little soldier.
Thanks, Dad.
Right, got me wet palette ready. Yes, so what are we up to on yours tonight, dude?
I am doing decals again this week, but I've done all my official Warhammer decals. They've had many coats of Micro Sol. Micro Sol, yes. But I'm going to do more. But I've got all the Warhammer decals on. What I'm going to go through now is go through my decal stash, which is an entire drawer.
Decal stash? Decal stash.
I'm going to pick out all kind of things like little warning markings from Gunpla kits and all kind of bits and bobs.
Yeah.
And just add nonsense to it for a couple of hours.
Happy days. Lee says, Festa, what do you think of my GTR? I replied to your message, mate, when I said it was stunning, mate.
Stunning.
Yeah. Do a Festa and scroll up. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm doing a bit more chipping on mine. I'm having a nice, easy chipping day just to keep that going. I started on the turret last time out, so I'm going to... You're made of turret, so I'm going to carry on with that. Get my subtle Baneblade off the bench and just put it on the left out of the way.
Yes, I have many Gunpla decals and things that I can apply.
Oh, you're going for it, are you?
Well, lots of little like warning markings and little like you get stencils on vehicles like no step and stuff, don't you? So
absolutely,
I've got millions of these things, so I may as well get busy with them.
Get busy.
Busy with it.
Panzer Cat is in, saying hello to everyone. Hello, Panzer. How you doing, mate? I hope you're doing all right.
I might stick a Ford decal on it because I've got a Ford decal.
Because you can.
I've got Ford, Champion and Valvoline. Oh, I might use some of them.
Yeah. Was it expensive or was it affordable?
I've got a cupcake decal as well, but I don't know why.
You're a cupcake. You're made of cupcakes.
Little dragonfly. I don't even know where they've come from. I think they came with the Hello Kitty decals just completely randomly one day.
Oh, nice one. There you go.
Yeah.
Lamia medium type stuff in there.
Mm-hmm. Now, folks who watched last week will know that I have already applied my standard official required Hello Kitty decal.
I know, proud of you, soldier.
And I have applied my official Metal Gear Solid Diamond Dogs decal. That's already been done.
Yeah.
So now it's just whatever else I can find.
That's the thing with these, isn't it? Is you can just sneak the odd decal in there that is not expected. Yeah. When people will look at these on the shelf, they'll go, "Is that what I think it is?"
I've got a dragon that I don't know why. Again, I've got little random things that I think have been included in other decal sets, and I don't even know what they are. Lots of Warhammer ones.
What else have we got going on in the chat? Don't forget, folks, as well, belly, bench and beverage. What's in the belly? Yes. What is on your bench and what is your beverage of choice on this wonderful Wednesday evening?
Bit of alliteration there. Very good, very good. A wonderful Wednesday.
I know. Yeah.
Got some Iron-Blooded Orphans decals. I've got lots of Xeon. Ooh, Xeon decals.
And yes, some sad news in the music world tonight. Sinead O'Connor sadly left us today.
Really?
At the very young, tender age of 56. And I can remember that iconic video she did way back in the 90s. And yeah, I'm pretty shocked at that. It's so sad.
Yeah, that's very sad because she's only young.
Yeah, same age as me, mate. Yeah, 56, bless her. So... yeah, you're right there, Dave. Do you want to do that right under your microphone?
I'm actually nowhere near it, but it's just picking it up really nicely. Sorry about plastic bags, I'm afraid.
Sorry about that, viewers, if that's really loud in your ears, but yeah.
Everything's in plastic bags. It's a really bad thing.
Yeah, it was a terrible shock. So if you've never seen the video, folks, if you're young enough never to have seen it, go and give it a watch on YouTube posthumously because, yeah. Very iconic.
Which one is that? Is that for Nothing Compares to You? Or?
Nothing Compares to You, yeah. I love that song. It's written by Prince, that was. I never knew that.
Yeah. It's a fantastic song, but not when somebody sings it at a karaoke and they're not very good at singing. It's 14 minutes long.
Yeah, I think she nailed it on that video. And, yeah, very poignant. So, yeah, of course, H messaged me and she went, "Have you heard?" And I was like, no. She's pretty shocked about it, but sadly she lost her son, didn't she, 18 months ago. He sadly took his life, and I think that she's never really fully recovered from that, and hopefully she's at peace now, bless her.
Yeah, I don't follow these kind of things, see, so I had no idea.
Yeah, it's just one of them, so yeah.
Right.
Fraser Green is in. He says, "Good evening, all." Lee Eagles has got his 1/8 scale GTR and a bottle of water on his bench. Happy days.
Cool.
And yeah, he sent me a message the other day with the body shell in it. And yeah, it is. Yeah, he's going to be a shiny car GIT again. I can see it.
Yes. Well, there's always got to be at least one, hasn't there?
So yeah, bung it in the gallery, Lee, and I'll show it on the Sunday stream, mate. I can't on here because this one is obviously for our friends at eModels, so this is work. So
yes,
I can't do it on here, I'm afraid, mate.
Right, I'm going to try and open these bags and go through them as quietly as possible. If it gets really crinkly, I can turn my microphone off.
Whilst you're doing that, don't forget, folks, eModels now stock God Hand. So you can get your God Hand nippers, you can get your God Hand tweezers, all of that sort of thing. Go and have a looky, Lou, if you're in the market. They are the Marilyn and Monroe of the nipper world. Look.
Yeah.
Look at the curvaceous Hollywood hits on her.
Oh, yes.
You'd love to be her, wouldn't you? Look at that. Oh. So
I've got mine are 5 years old, but they've still got the curvaceous hips. They're a bit more battered and beaten around the old leather straps.
So go and grab a set, and you won't be disappointed.
I got a pair of God Hand tweezers to do my decals today, and I hadn't realised before that the tweezers I've already using for years are actually also God Hands. I'm like, wait, I've had these for like 5 years. How did I not know?
You could have done that.
Yeah, I think somebody sent them to me. I think our friend Kenneth sent them to me, and was like,
yeah. Lee said, no worries, mate, I'll do that. Not a problem, mate. I look forward to showing it off, Lee, because I do like showing off other people's work, because it saves you having to look at mine.
Yes, saves you having to, show off yours.
Even though it's my own group and all of that lot, I still apologise to everyone. I'm really sorry to trouble you, but would you be so kind? Yeah.
Yeah, you are special, aren't you?
I am very special, mate. Called it the UNH.
Just very quickly, the God Hand nippers are actually showing us pre-order again, purely because they had millions of them in stock when they got the first delivery, and they all sold out within 2 days.
Yeah,
everybody wanted them, so don't panic if they're not out of. Well, they are out of stock, but they're on pre-order, and they should have some more turning up very, very shortly. Yeah. Like they've ordered like 1 million of them. Yeah. So if you want some, don't wait for them to come back in stock. Just get your pre-ordering.
That's it.
Because they'll sell out. They'll sell out quickly.
Well, don't forget. See, the reason it is as well is they are the European supplier now, so you've got other vendors going to them to get their stock. So, yeah, you got to be in quick, folks.
Yes. Got to be in it to win it. I'm trying to be as quiet as possible with these decals.
And I'll be doing a review video shortly for the folks at eModels when I start my upcoming 1/16th scale tank build. Good plug, good segue. See what I did there?
I like that. That's a very good plug, that, for a very, very big model.
So, yeah, they'll be coming out for that and getting used in anger. And you armour builders out there, don't think you're going to be safe, because I shall be coming round and picking brains and asking loads of questions. I might even set up an exam paper for you, because So
just end each question with the phrase "discuss."
Absolutely, and don't forget, any of you that do give me little tips and hints, I will credit you at the end of the video. Thanks for your input, that sort of thing. So it gets your name on an eModels video, doesn't it, folks? See?
Yeah, it does.
So, I do believe in crediting people that have helped me out. So I'm not a massive armour builder. I will be asking quite technical questions at times just to make sure I'm doing it justice. So.
For some reason, I've now got the phrase massive armour builder in my head, but to the tune of Una Paloma Blanca.
Oh,
I don't know why.
Yeah, I can't sing it.
I don't know why. I don't know. I know I can't sing. It's like, but I don't know why it went into my head like that. It's like, what?
He's a massive armour builder. Yeah. We won't sing again, folks. I can promise you that.
Oh, we will.
Yeah.
We can't promise anything.
There might be singing.
Don't make a girl a promise that if you can't keep it.
Stefan Last says, a bit shocked to hear about Sinead. If anyone wants to check something slightly less known from her, look up the song Tears from the Moon by Conjure One, which features her on vocals. Exactly. She did a lot of classical, what's his name? Classical Irish music even.
Irish folk music.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. Paul D. Tommaso says, Colin, you've used the display and now the God Hands. Which one do you find better? I haven't actually used the God Hand at all yet. They're going to be getting used when I start the tank build, mate. So that's when I'm going to be doing the reviews. So I'm being extremely good, and they'll be getting broken out for that one, mate. So,
yes,
like anything, every tool has its own unique usability. So.
Exactly. But the answer is God Hands.
Yeah, obviously. I shall do an honest review, and so
Right, here we go.
Happy days.
So these little sheets of decals, just generic Gundam decals. We're like, markings, and you can't see them because they're all white, but markings and chevrons, warning markings and stuff.
Absolutely.
I love this. They're just so good for like armour and tanks.
Right, that's a little bit of chipping done on that. Jeff Light Belly, crispy potatoes, meat pie and beans. Get in. Bench was earlier a trumpeter, 35th AS90 SPH. Beverage, Bacardi and lemonade whilst chilling, watching the stream. Nice one, mate.
Jolly good.
Nice one. Everyone's saying hello to Fraser. So, yeah.
Dee. Hello, Fraser.
Hello, Fraser. How are you, my friend? Always nice to see you. To see you nice and all of that.
To see you nice. Right, let's just get some random decals, get them off the packing paper, and just randomly slap them on the tank.
Happy
No real
days.
forethought or malice.
So, what's your belly and bench, mate? Well, I know what your bench is because I'm sitting there looking at it, but yeah.
Yeah, belly, I've not eaten yet, but I did finish off Mum's leftover bendy sausage chips, mushy peas and gravy.
Mate, I'm
yes,
home alone. I'm home alone for 4 days.
What, from now?
From tomorrow.
Oh, God.
I know.
So you've got all your meals prepared and ready to go in the microwave then?
She'll be labelling them all up for me tomorrow.
Yeah. Sticky labels everywhere.
This is what happens, folks. I am that bad. My missus, when she goes to the cricket, if she's staying over anywhere, she labels up everything with large letters and numbers for times because, yeah, I am absolutely inept, mate.
You know what? He's not actually joking. It's true.
Yeah.
He's not allowed to do anything apart from press the buttons on the microwave to cook that specific meal, and that's it.
I sent Fox a picture the last time it happened. I went, do you think Helen trusts me? And he was amazed at how, even though there was the cooking times on there, she had still done it in really big letters on the front because...
Oh, yeah. She can't use normal Post-its because they're not big enough.
Yeah, so...
Jeff Light says, belly, crispy potato. We've done that one.
I read that one.
Yeah, I just realised as I started reading it out.
How'd you feel?
I feel like Ted.
Welcome to the world of Festa, where, yeah, I read out the chats that everyone else has read out.
I am Ted. Dee.
Does that mean you're going to end up having to sit using a laptop?
Hi, I'm Ted Winchester.
Yeah, Ted Winchester.
Now, the only problem with these decals that I've got, these random Gumpler decals, is that they really take a long time to come off the backing paper if you haven't got warm water. Whereas Games Workshop ones come off instantly.
Yeah.
And I've actually got slightly cold water now, so I'm going to be sitting around waiting for decals for a lot of this stream.
Don't you have a little water warmer like I use for your decal water? Oh, do you want me to send you one up?
Yeah, I'll get one. Don't worry.
Yeah,
I'll get one.
Yeah, they're only about £5, if that.
Really? I'll pick one up. I still need to get a desk hoover.
Oh, yeah, you got to have desk hoover, mate.
Yeah, I need to raid your Amazon store.
I like to do desk hoovers. Yes, it is on my Amazon store.
Oh, brush, ping.
You get to do all the hoovering noises. Stefan Lars says, Colin, Conjure One is the solo project by Canadian electronic musician Rhys Fulber. Well, there you go. Good factoid, mate.
Oh, Canada.
This is where I nod and go, yeah, I know the bloke. I don't, I'm afraid.
You kind of rub your chin, don't you? Like, you know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I'm embarrassed to admit. Yeah.
Yeah, you're not embarrassed.
Yeah, educate me, Stefan. You know you want to.
Don't forget, Stefan. Is it Stefan that's got the collection of 8 billion records that he masters and
yeah, I think it is, yeah.
Yeah, see, and there's all the music about all the things.
Absolutely. Puts us to shame.
Yeah. Well, I don't know much about music. I was never into music until my late teens. And even then, it was very limited into what I liked.
Yeah, you've got very, is it aquatic tastes? Is that what it is? Epileptic tastes?
Eclectic.
That's the one. Epileptic.
Although I like the sound of aquatic tastes.
Yeah. I don't know.
I like that. I've got very aquatic tastes.
See what I mean, folks? You know, reading out loud and words. Festa, destroyer of many a language the world over.
I have become Festa, the destroyer of words. You see what I did there? With
you have.
You're impressed, aren't you?
I am.
I'm going to sneeze. I've got a sneeze building up. I can feel it.
But you're in bits.
Feel it coming in the nose tonight.
Bits tonight, aren't you?
No, I've got shorts on.
Let's see what you did.
Yes, I've got all these little tiny decals on them. Just little warning, I'm going to put them all over it at random places with no real thought to where they're going.
Oh, right. Yeah, a bit like I did then. Just slap it in there and hope for the best.
Yeah. It's like if you look at a real military vehicle, there's little markings and things all over the place.
Yeah.
Little, like, ratings and warnings and things saying, pointing this way from face and all this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So this just adds a little bit of life to the tank. Because GW doesn't tend to do that very often.
Yeah.
On their models, on their water slides.
It's like the remastered Tom and Jerry where it says, not suitable for children. It's like, okay.
Ugh.
Or may contain nuts. That's my favourite one on the packet of peanuts. Caution, may contain nuts. Really?
Yeah.
It ends in Sherlock, and I'll let you use your imagination for the rest of the phrase.
Yeah. I'll never forget seeing a photograph of a label on an American mattress saying, do not eat.
Yeah.
It's like, thanks. I never would have,
Yeah.
Never would have thought that, but now I know. I will not eat. Thanks.
Now, Stefan's mocking me now. He says, yes, he says, my taste in music is quite epileptic. Laugh out loud. I know, I'm bad, didn't I?
You are. Yeah, but you don't ever change that, Cole, because it wouldn't be the same if you changed.
Oh, mate, it sounds so right in my head, and then I say it, and it's like, yeah, that went well.
You are just basically a reincarnation of Reverend Spooner, almost.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I had it at my mate's wedding. I was best man and had to do the speech, and of course Ellen was panic-stricken, and yeah. She said, you're speaking out loud, she says. Oh, my God. Yeah.
What have we done to deserve this?
She says, under no circumstances, ad lib. I was like, okay.
So what did you do?
What did I do? Yeah, of course I did. And she ambled up and just whispered in my ear. I said, do not ad lib.
I had to do a best man speech once. It was the worst experience of my life.
I didn't enjoy it. I really didn't, because
terrifying.
You can't be you, can you? That's the thing. And I know what I wanted to say, but obviously you had different generations, and it would have gone down like a lead balloon,
Yeah, I had to do this whole best man speech for one of my mates, and I knew like 3 people in the room. I knew my mate, his missus, and his mum and dad and his brother, and that was it. I didn't know anybody else in this, and it's like, they don't know who I am, and I don't know who they are, and this is terrifying, and I never want to do this again. So all my friends are under instructions to never, ever get married, ever.
Yeah.
Ever.
Yeah.
Just no.
Yeah. I did it. I survived it, but would I want to do it again? No.
Nope.
Yeah, no. So.
Never want to do that again. Yeah. Despite the fact I sit and do live streams and things like this, I public speaking like that terrifies me.
Yeah, but the live streams, because we're in our own niche, we can wing it, can't we, a bit? I'm not
sitting in a training room with a load of staff training how to do a thing.
I used to hate having to do that. Presentations for staff and managerial blurb and corporate BS. It used to drive me nuts.
Oops, excuse me.
Here's the quarterly sales projections. Yeah.
No.
Mindless PowerPoint sadness.
And the thing is, any time I had to do a presentation like that of some sort, I'd try and inject my normal sense of humour into it and put like funny little drawings on the whiteboard and stuff, on the flip charts, and they'd just be like crickets, and I'd be like,
I did a Paul Stewart style drawing. I'll leave that to the viewer's imagination.
Yes.
On a PowerPoint presentation, and I remember the then RM just looking at me going, note to self, check your PowerPoint before. Yeah. I said, you don't know me well, do you? He said, yeah.
Or note to self, don't get... Oh, that's what you actually want to do if you want them to never get you to do a presentation.
Exactly. People did see the funny side of it, but not the actual managers all around the table at the end with the big CEO and that. They was a bit panicky. It's like...
You've never been able to walk into a Church of England building ever since, have you?
Exactly. But Ray, the chairman, he thought it was hilarious. Yeah, the rest of the board, they weren't appreciative.
Thing is, the fact you've got a chairman called Ray tells you everything you need to know, doesn't it?
Yeah, he was brilliant. He got me. You know what I mean? And he loved that because he would come round and, of course, everyone would be like, the world smells of paint, doesn't it? Like when the king walks round, because 6 foot in front of him, everyone's painting the railings new. Whereas Ray would go, right, I've heard all the corporate BS. Tell us what's really happening, mate, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
And I go, do you want to know the truth or what you think you want to hear? No, as it is. So that was it. Cheers for that. He'd go, it's no problem. I'd never...
Cheers for that. No.
Yeah, I'd never drop anyone in it, but... I'd say, well, you've not got enough investment in this. This infrastructure here don't work because what you might want to do is look at moving money from there to that department so that you could invest in your IT infrastructure. That will then give you benefits here, here and here. So you was always giving him alternatives and how it was going to benefit. You wasn't saying, oh, this don't work and not coming up with a solution.
Yeah.
But I wasn't afraid to tell him where he was wasting money.
Yeah.
It's nice that you've spent all this money on this super duper brand X thing, but it doesn't actually do the job. You'd have been better buying them.
Yep. Always the way.
But he got it. Okay, just because the manager of that department has struck up a deal with that printer company so that he can get his kids new printers. You do realise you've signed a deal there for print cartridges and that you're paying double the retail price on. Yeah, you need to look at the small print, Ray. Ask the questions, mate.
You do realise whatever you say tonight, I've just got Una Paloma Blanca in my head now.
Oh, mate, I've been humming it in my head for ages, mate.
So I've got no idea what all the words you've just said. I've got no idea what you just said because this is
you're doing the dance moves as well. Jeff says, I've told this before, but I was asked to officiate the wedding of a friend many years ago. She and her husband went on to name their firstborn Sagan. I'm not kidding about this. See, Jeff? We are right. You are. Carl Sagan, mate.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Mate.
I don't have another quote lined up there.
How cool would that be? Listening to Candy Graham for Mongo doing a full best man speech.
We need to get Jeff just to record the pale blue dot speech. That's what we need to do.
That's like me having Morgan Freeman in my ear narrating my entire life.
Yep.
Dude, I'd pay money for that.
There's a well-known GIF of Morgan Freeman. They use Morgan Freeman. You basically write whatever you want on the image.
Yes.
Like the top and bottom caption. But the bottom caption is always, and you just read that in my voice.
Yeah.
You just heard that in my voice.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Jeff, we need you to record the pale blue dot speech.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Voice over Uncle Weavy.
Oh, Uncle Weavy. Oh, Uncle Weavy with, oh dear. Uncle Weavy with the...
Yeah.
With Carl Sagan's voice. I don't know how that would go down. It would go down interestingly.
Yes. Be afraid, folks, because, yes, I do have Uncle Weavy. We have a cunning plan, the pair of us, don't we, Fox?
And if you don't know what Uncle Weavy is, then don't worry about it.
Yeah.
You'll find out.
You'll find out.
You will find out.
We have a cunning plan to hijack the internet, don't we, Fox? And
yep. Uncle Weavy is the best Weavy.
So, be afraid.
Apologies if I'm off camera. I seem to be doing that all the time.
Just making sure I'm a bit skew-whiffed as well. I'll try and get my camera a bit nearer. There you go.
Well, I'm doing the other decals and they're coming off the paper. I can actually get down to putting more.
All I'm doing is just going around the edges and chipping. Yeah, carry on.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
How dare I speak over you? That shouldn't be happening.
How many dare? Yeah. You can go and do you can do use Microsol over decals like a week later. It's fine.
Yeah.
The thing with these is they're all on flat surfaces, so I don't need them to bed down very much. But what I need to do is kind of dissolve away the clear film a little bit.
I must say that's a rather splendid set and soul holder you're using there, dude. See what I did?
It is a rather good set and soul.
See
from
what I
Festa
did?
67's workshop.
See what I did there? You're impressed, aren't you?
I know. Look at you pimping.
I know.
Like it's 1999.
I know. See, I'm growing up now. I'm 5 years and 6 months old. I'm getting all grown up. I'll be out of short trousers soon.
Steady now. I don't think we want to see you out of short trousers.
Yeah. Especially gold ones.
Hurly, fur. Potato.
A little bit of rust.
I've got Uma Paloma blanket in my head. It is not going away.
No, you do realise that is there now for the night.
I know, and I did it to myself. I wouldn't mind, but I did it to myself. My brain hates me.
Yeah, it's all your own fault.
My brain is my own worst enemy sometimes.
You've only got yourself to blame.
I woke up the other morning and it wasn't a nightmare, but it was a very horrible dream. I won't say what it was about, but it was basically, I was not in a good place in this dream and things were happening and it wasn't nice. And I woke up and I'm like, why did you do that to me, brain? Yeah. Why did you make me, because it was the last dream of the night before you wake up and it's the one and it's like, now I'm just going to be in a sad mood all day and grumpy because you...
It's the one you spend all morning trying to analyse, isn't it?
Mm. But then the next day it made it up to me because it put me in the next day I was in a microlight being chased by bad guys in microlights and I was leaning out with this like machine pistol.
Nice.
James, and they were all like, blowing up in midair and crashing into it. It was like, great, this is like cool.
Yeah.
Woke up and I was like, right, this is how you do it. Thanks, brain. That's better. Right, so I've got 4 of those. 1, 2...
So that's
4.
Bit of the turret started.
You're a bit of the turret.
I like being a bit of a turret. I'm made of turrets.
All your turrets belong to us.
Mm-hmm. There you go. A bit of that on there.
Have you a bit
of that? Have you some of that, my son? Here you go. Right.
There, and I can work here then.
Let's bring up the Bandeblade itself.
You went all French then on me?
I did.
Honey? Very civilised.
Absolutely, mate.
Beat the devil out of it.
Yeah, I was getting all Bob Ross there.
Well, you were getting a bit of a shuffle rhythm there. That was quite good.
Yeah, I was going into
a bit Wilson.
I was going into jazz brush cleaning there, wasn't I? Yeah.
You were going into Wilson, Kettle and Betty mode as well.
Yeah, Whispering Bob.
I remember when I used to have a little recording studio.
Yeah.
Great. Used to have a little studio and we got a set of drums in there, and I'd never played drums before.
Yeah.
And I seem to have like a natural aptitude for it just a little bit, but I got the drums right. And the thing is, if you've never actually heard real drums, they don't sound anything like drums they hear on a piece of music.
No.
Because you hear like a piece of music and the snare's like, you hear it in real life, it's like, it's just a big slappy. And I was playing these drums and I'm like, the cymbals sound terrible. And but I discovered if I played with a brush, it was much more nicer to listen to. So
proper jazz.
But it's amazing how drums don't sound like drums.
Yeah, my youngest lad plays drums, and many a night he'd be there with his drum kit, bashing the bejesus out of it. It's like, he's in the zone.
He's in T-zone.
Yeah. We've still got his kit here because where he's in an apartment, he can't really have the kit there. So I said to him, get one of these electronic ones with the brain, and play that.
I always remember going to visit my mate at university. It was at Liverpool University.
Yeah.
And I walked into the shared house. It was like about 5 people living in this house in Toxteth, so you can get the idea.
Oh, right, yeah.
And I walked into the room and there's this bloke there, big burly bloke with the longest hair ever, just sat there stark naked playing drums and eating beans from a tin. I'm like...
Good man.
Student house. Yeah,
that's a proper frat house, isn't it? It's like, good man.
And they were like, that's Ralph. He doesn't speak English and he plays drums and he eats beans and that's all he does. And he's naked all the time. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Well, Jolly good. Good for him, I suppose.
Yeah, fair play.
Yeah. Whatever floats the boat.
When you think some of the food that was consumed, it's like, yeah. How did our intestines make it out alive?
Well, the thing is, the moment we had like a Finder's crispy pancake, our systems were immunised to anything that could be thrown at them.
I can remember burning the roof of me mouth with a Pop-Tart. They was lethal, them things.
Oh, God, them things, yeah. They were horrible as well.
Oh, they were minging, mate. They was worse than a McDonald's apple pie. Other apple pies are available. Yeah.
Yeah. Of course, we speak from our own experience. Our opinions are not those of eModels.
Absolutely. But, yes, it was one of them. It proper, yeah. And then it says on the packet, may be hot. It's like, yeah, should have read the packet card. Yeah.
I remember my dad, I only ever went to one football match ever because I have no interest in sport and football.
Yeah.
And my dad took me to see the local amateur team.
Yeah.
And all I remember is I was like 7 or 8 years old. All I remember is that I burnt my mouth on the cup of hot bovril.
Oh, nasty. Yeah.
But it was a cup of hot bovril. It was the best thing ever.
Yeah.
So it's a fond memory, bizarrely.
Yeah, but it's bovril, isn't it? You know, it's up there, isn't it? Right. Did I do any of the white on this? I think I did in a few places. So let's.
The white? See what I did there?
I did.
Did you see that?
Yeah. Please don't do it again.
I'll do it again if you want. I'm bringing the comedy.
Oh, is that what it is?
I've got that song in my head. I need to get it out. And normally with the song, the only way to get a song out your head is to blast it out loud. But I don't know if I want to publicly, with my neighbours in the same district, hear that song coming out of my speakers.
Yeah, they'll all talk about you, mate. You'll be mocked mercilessly.
Yes.
You know.
So I'm just putting little things on turrets, things like that, little markings there. They're completely pointless little markings. They don't mean anything. But I find it fun.
Are you
happy? The real irony is that half of these like third-party Gundam decals, they've got really shonky English on them, which makes no sense.
Oh dear.
You could just spend hours putting these little markings and things all over models.
Oh yeah.
Great fun.
Not minutes, folks, but hours. No. Jeff Light says, I very rarely remember my dreams. No, every now and then you get one that just doesn't leave you all day. It's weird.
Yeah, sometimes you just wake up and it sticks with you. I think if you wake up in the middle of a dream, or you wake up sharply in a dream, you're more likely to remember it because it's still there in memory, and then because you're awake, it can then pass into long-term memory a bit better. But
yeah,
if you go through your sleep cycle and then just naturally wake up, it's already faded away by the time, a lot of the time. Dreams and weird. It's weirdness. You're weird.
Yeah, but I like being weird. I know my place.
I know my place.
Weird is my middle name.
I thought your middle name was Arbuthnot.
Yeah.
Or Osbert or something.
Don't have a middle name.
I've got 3.
Look at you. Please tell me one of them's Horatio.
I don't wear sunglasses.
Is it Roy? Because of the glasses? Just asking.
No.
Because I felt compelled to.
I'll compel you in a minute.
Let's get a bit of insane detail. Paul De Tommaso says, I got a Temu package today. He said a pair of eye magnification with several lenses and a small micro brick astronaut. Get in, my son.
Cool.
You can never have too much of the old man seeing devices, mate.
Yes. Although, please try not to mention non-eModels retailers.
Yeah.
They are for sale on eModels.co.uk, your one-stop shop for your model making needs.
Yeah. Yeah. So,
once you get lenses and visors and things.
Oh, yeah.
bizarrely, you know the ones that you and I use that clip onto our glasses.
Yes, I know the very ones because I'm
The
wearing
ones
them.
we're both wearing now. Yeah. The reason I like them is they go up to four diopter magnification, which is great. But bizarrely, they're made for fishing.
Yeah.
They're made for making this when you're making your flies.
Absolutely.
So,
yeah, I read that in the description on mine.
Yeah. So did I. That's how I know, because it had words.
I know.
I was explaining it to the audience, of course, not yourself. I knew you knew.
No, that's all right, mate.
I know you know. I know you know you know I know. You know I know. Yeah, what? Shut up.
Breathe, breathe, Fox, breathe.
Must I? When I'm breathing, I'm not eating. Oh, I'm throwing brushes everywhere.
You've been on the Red Bull.
Nah, I don't like Red Bull. Horrible stuff. For some reason, I always get jittery and excitable when I'm doing an eModels stream.
I know you do.
If it's like me and you doing Friday, I'm never like this. I'm not. Well, I'm not as much like this. But stick me on the eModels stream.
You get a little hyper. That's why I just say and breathe and breathe.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Like an excited little child of anticipation.
I think it's because it's somebody else's channel. That's why. It's important people's channel.
We're having to be profesh.
Yeah, that doesn't ever end up in a blue screen of death, does it?
Yeah, that sounded like, yeah.
That almost never ends well.
Yeah.
Right, what little shapes have we got?
Let's just carry on with this.
Space Noids. I don't think I can put that on there.
Yeah, it's funny. I was asked the other day when I'm starting the big tank, and I'm hoping it'll be probably towards the end of August is when I'm looking at starting it, folks.
Oh, the Sherman. Is it a Firefly?
It's the Easy 8.
Easy 8, that's why. Why did I say Firefly? Because there's a picture of a wasp on this decosh.
I've got absolutely no idea why you said that, mate.
I think Firefly was a yeah.
So I'm looking forward. I'm looking forward to starting that.
Yeah, I can't wait to watch that.
So
I too also as well. Also, I'm looking forward to you doing that.
Yeah. So yeah, it's a challenge because it's comfort zone, isn't it? I like to build out of my comfort zone something, and yeah, what better way of doing it than a 1/16 tank, you know?
Yeah. Have you started it yet?
No.
About now?
No.
Oh, how about now?
No, the clue was in August, Fox.
Oh, it's rubbish. Where's that going to go? Put two of them on there, like that, I think. Oh, burping.
He's hard work, folks. He really is hard work.
Right, this says some words on here. I'm going to magnify it on my phone and see what it actually says. It probably says something really terrible and ridiculous.
I do that. I have to take a screenshot and then zoom in to read a text message.
So, I think it says something about bottles, but I'm not sure. Let's take a picture.
Bottle glass bottle.
Eine Picturen mit der Kamera und the taking of the picture. It says...
Look at you trying to be all foreign.
It says, attention, some precision machine inside. When attach the option, see the reference manual.
Okay.
Yep. That's great. I love that. These third-party decals, sometimes they have this really sort of shonky English on. It's great. It's just full of... I love putting it on models because it just makes things funny. I shall put... where shall I put them?
Preferably on the model.
Well, yeah. I was going to stick it on my face, but, you know.
See what I did?
I see what you did there. You're such a sarky thing, aren't you?
I am.
You think you're so clever.
No, I don't. I know my place.
I know my place.
I knows my place. Paul says, oops, sorry, my bad, mate. That's all right, mate. I mean, I read it out. Didn't even realise they was a supplier, but there you go.
Don't worry.
Yeah.
No, yeah, I get constant Temu tweets in my Twitter feed all the time. Spammy Temu tweets. It's like, oh,
I don't know
I thought it was a cryptocurrency of some sort.
Got no idea,
I realised
mate.
what it was. Oops.
Yeah, you can just bear that in mind. We are streaming for eModels, folks. So.
Yes. Right, can that go on there? No, it's too big. Oh.
Yeah.
Could go there.
Don't forget, folks, you can ask us anything. Fox will happily answer all of the questions.
Wait a minute. Stop. Something was said.
Yeah. He will happily answer all of your questions. All of them.
Well, those that I can't answer, of course, all of them, I will pass on to Colin, who knows a thing. He knows at least 3 things about some stuff.
Yeah, I tend to keep it to myself, mate, because I don't want people to think I'm being arrogant.
You might not know this, but Colin knows at least 3 things about worms. Did you know that?
I know.
I bet you didn't even know that, did you, Col?
I didn't.
Did you? You didn't know you knew at least 3 things about worms?
Didn't have a clue, mate.
It's worms, isn't it?
Yeah.
Worms.
Everyone should have worms.
Well, maybe not actually have worms, but
You're made of worms.
all your worms are belong to us. Do it again with more worms. Worms. Song's still in my head.
Is it still there, is it?
It's still there in my head. Such a happy day.
Happy days.
Right, let's get some
Paul De Tomaso says he's got to go to the store to get something to eat. Enjoy, mate. Safe journey and all of that.
We want to know what you get when you come back.
Yeah, we want to know all the details, not some of them, all of them.
Because this is a model-making show about models, but we actually don't care about anything other than the food. So just tell us about the food.
Yeah.
It's the important bit. All we care about is the food. I eat vicariously through others at all times. So.
Hangers tonight, Wednesday, innit?
Ooh, it's Wednesday, isn't it? Yeah. Beans, mash.
Mash and beans, yeah.
Oh, get in.
I already know what tomorrow's going to be.
Tomorrow. What's tomorrow going to be? Go on.
Ping's Rustlers, isn't it?
Ping burgers. Whoa.
Because she's at cricket, isn't she? So.
Oh yeah, of course, yes. It's all laid out, isn't it?
Oh yeah. Oh, maybe trusted with appliances. Well, appliance. Yeah.
Well, you know, the microwave. She'll grudgingly let you near, I suppose, won't she? Because
yeah, very begrudging.
She can write instructions for that one.
Which means no doubt I'll get to see my youngest lad at some point because he's bound to get told to come round and make sure I haven't burnt the kitchen down.
Just come in to see me, are you, lad? No, Dad, I'm coming to make sure you not destroy the kitchen. Oh.
Yeah, Mum asked whether I could pop in. Yeah, she doesn't trust me, does she? No.
It's a welfare check. Oh, you care about... No, not your welfare, Dad.
Yeah.
The washing machine. Oh.
Just imagine him at work explaining it. Yeah, I'll go around to see the old man tonight. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, just to make sure he hasn't blown Mum's house up. Yeah. Yeah.
Panzercat says, I have a question for Fox. How do you get bacon fat off of a model? Just asking for a friend. Whichever way you choose to do it, make sure you do it deliciously.
Yeah.
I would use a part of the mouth that we like to call the entire face mouth tongue thing. Bobbins is in, says hello.
Hello, Bobbins. How are you, buddy?
Mm-hmm. Stefan says, I kind of like McDonald's apple pies, but yeah, you have to leave them alone for at least 20 minutes before biting into them. I believe the only thing hotter on this earth is magma.
Yeah.
Magma.
Honestly, mate, it was... The blister I had on the roof of my mouth was epic, mate.
Magma.
Yeah. They call him Mini-Me. Don't know what that voice was.
I think I ate too many salty packets of crisps the other day, over a course of a few days. Because we got a load of crisps from my mum, but she couldn't eat them because they turned out to be really salty. So I've just forgotten where I'm going to put these decals now. Curses. So I worked my way through them, and I was lying in bed just about to go to sleep, and I felt this little ping on the end of my tongue, and it suddenly got really, really painful.
Yeah.
And it was one of those things where you ever get that little, like a spot or a blister, a little hurty thing on the very end of your tongue.
Yeah.
And it's like, it hurts like a break, like a fracture.
Yeah, a bit like when you get a spot up your nostril. Oh!
Yeah. And it was just like, my tongue was like, ow.
Yeah.
It just literally popped into existence. I'm like, I'm not eating salty crisps anymore.
But the thing
really
is,
bad idea.
it hurts when you do it, but you go and do it again, don't you? You're like,
yeah, and then you can't keep them away from your teeth.
yeah.
It's
And why
possible
is it whenever you've got one of them, you can't stop biting your tongue?
Yep. I went through a phase about 6 months ago when no matter how hard I tried not to do it, I keep biting either I'd squish my tongue between my back teeth by accident, as I was eating, or I'd bite my cheek somehow.
I'm forever biting the same spot on the inside of my cheek. See, I'm a teeth grinder.
Yeah.
So I wear a gum shield when I go to bed to try to stop me grinding me teeth, but I still bite all the inside of my cheeks even with the gum shield on. It's just one of them.
Gum shield.
So, yeah. But it's a habit I've had all my life, just sit there grinding me teeth. No wonder they're worn down.
Yeah. I mean, it's we all know that you can't be trusted with sharp things, so.
Do I need to clean my fingernails with my scalpel again just to educate you? Because I know you really like that when I do that. Oh, Marge Simpson's in.
No, I think you should go and get that frisbee from that electricity pylon wearing your metal shoes.
Yeah. Charlie says, "Don't go climbing." Just as a disclaimer.
Go climbing.
Just as a disclaimer, eModels aren't suggesting that you should go and climb pylons. Just thought I'd say that.
Don't go and climb pylons.
Yeah. Don't do it.
Yes, even though we know you're all mature adults. Well, we're all adults. Let's just leave it at that.
Because you may have Alvin Stardust turn up going, "Hey, you! Are you out of your tiny crazy mind?"
Ooh.
Creepy advert.
Handbrake turn from that one as quickly as we can.
Yeah, it wasn't him that was. Yeah, so you're safe.
Wait, what was Alvin Star? Oh yeah, he had the massive shoulder pads, didn't he?
No, that you're thinking of the one who we don't talk about.
Oh, hang on.
Yeah,
I'm thinking of the. I'm actually thinking of the Green Cross Code Man.
Yeah, try not to overthink it because you'll end up dropping a boo-boo. Yeah, you're thinking of David Prowse, ex-Darth Vader.
Yep.
Yeah. We'll quit that conversation because if anyone's going to blurt it out, it'll be you.
I have no knowledge of such things. Right, a bit more of that. Well, I'll get some more decals. What shall we do?
They say don't work with children, folks. They should say also don't work with foxes.
Not seen our garden foxes for the last few days.
Oh, and yeah, do they hibernate?
No. I think the bit where they sit is just like a nice sunny spot where they like to chill out, and it's been a bit rainy the last couple of days.
Yeah, they probably. Do they use burrows? Foxes? Are they a burrowing animal?
Yeah, they do make little dens, but
it's like a little set, isn't it? Or is that a badger thing? The badger set.
It'd be a badger set. It'd be a fox's den.
So it'd be a foxhole. Oh, come on.
You tried. I'll give it to you. You tried.
Yeah, come on. You can't tumbleweed me for that.
Oh, no. People will tumbleweed you no matter what you do.
No crickets. No, I can't handle crickets. No.
I can't do cricket noises. Yes, so I don't know where they actually live, but they like sitting in that one particular patch of our garden where it's all sunny. So we've got 2 of them now, which is adorable.
Yeah, we have a little family of hedgehogs that come each year.
Hedgehogs are great.
Do their little thing. They have pretty much the bottom corner of the garden is their little domain, so we let it grow natural. And
the difficulty for me is that because of the garden's not been touched, because our gardener, well, I say gardener, it was a man that came and cut the grass, a young lad that came and cut the grass and fettled with it. We haven't seen him for 2 years because, COVID came and he stopped coming. And I think he wasn't that keen on the job in the end anyway. He was self-employed and I think he gave it up. But so it's kind of gone wild. But I need to get someone. I keep meaning to get someone to come and get a new person to come and do it. But now it's going to have to be, well, don't go past halfway along the garden because the fox is there. But then I don't want him to come and clean this end of the garden and put the foxes off because they think suddenly it's people everywhere.
Yeah.
So it's a bit like I don't want the whole garden overgrown, but
No, we're just going to do ours end of season now and just nuke it during the winter.
yeah.
So we're not. Yeah, it looks like it's been blown up at the moment, but
Yeah.
we'll give it a good going over at the end of the season and just chop everything right back down and kill it off over the winter months.
We've got like a little metal archway that was there for a few years.
Yeah.
With a rose bush that grew up it. But the metal archway, because it's quite old, just all collapsed and blown over.
Underneath the archway.
But the rose bush kept growing on, so now the rose bush is like about 48 feet tall.
Yeah.
And goes over into next door's hedge and garden and stuff, and it's like, oh, that needs fixing.
See, we're good. We remember that little ditty.
That was a nice big long one.
That was, wasn't
Patron. I didn't plan in advance, so I didn't have the big deep inhale before the exhale, so I struggled a bit towards the end.
Oh. Lammerkins.
I've not even done my stripes yet.
Yeah, but you get to do your stripes and look forward to them, mate.
I like doing stripes. For some reason, I always do the stripes as a completely separate process to the rest, like weathering and everything. I don't know why, I just do.
Yeah, but they're fun to do, aren't they?
Yeah, my favourite bit is doing the diluted Agraxer shading to make them look dirty at the bottom and top, clean in the middle. I don't know why. I love it. I love it so much.
He's easily pleased.
I'm easily pleased. How pleased? Easily pleased. How easily? Easily.
It's just one of those little processes, though, isn't it? That's just fun to do.
Yeah. Just little widgets and bits that you paint. Oh, got my turret there, you fool. Got to do that yet.
Yeah, don't forget your turret, mate. Don't forget your turret.
Yes.
I am amazed at how remarkably restrained I've been on this build.
It is slightly disturbing to see you so not slapping extra turrets and orc things all over it. This part of me is struggling to pass this.
Yeah, I am being remarkably restrained.
Yeah, now theoretically,
Quite proud of myself.
I hate to throw cats amongst pigeons, but you would have been completely justified in doing an orcified one because it could have been captured.
Could have been looted, couldn't it?
Yeah, looted. Because orcs all about looting.
Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. There's still time. Yeah.
Because then you could be like, now, I'm going to apply these bits from this orc kit, which you can also get from eModels, alongside the Baneblade. You could sell like 3 kits in one then.
That's a good shout.
To make this, like me, you'll need a Stomper, a Rooker Truck Squig Buggy, this and that. Mega knob. It's a thing, not being rude.
Absolutely. They're staring at me at the moment, the Insane Blade and the Warlet. They're looking down at me going, ain't me.
I thought you were about to break out into Hey Jude then for some reason. Hey.
Oh, no.
No, my decal broke. Fudge.
That would be a scary thought, me bursting out into that, wouldn't it? Yeah, I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
It's almost as disturbing as beatbox. It's just like,
Yeah, because Colin never does beatbox.
Never do it. It's a myth.
Apart from, when he does.
I deny all knowledge of doing beatbox.
Colin's like, I never do beatbox, but if I did, it would sound a little bit like this. If you've never heard Colin do beatbox, but you've played Borderlands, he's basically Claptrap.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, look at me. I lost the beat.
It's the fact that I know who Claptrap is as well.
Yeah. It's most impressive. Oh,
it is, isn't it?
You are. I mean, it is.
Yeah, I have
I love it when decals
Claptrap
break.
Just on the side there.
Mm-hmm.
Buttons may have been pressed during the night.
The thing is, one day you'll actually get to play Borderlands. And you'll be like, now I know what's going on with Claptrap.
I know.
with Claptrap, they basically designed a character that you're supposed to find really annoying and hate.
Yeah.
And they did it perfectly.
A bit like the Microsoft paperclip.
I actually watched an interview with the guy that designed that,
Yeah.
And he said he was on a contract. He wasn't an employee, he was contracted in. He said, I did loads of other characters. He did like the Einstein and the ball and other things.
Yeah, that's right.
I put them all together and said, here's a load of characters, use whichever ones you want. And he was on contract, so he didn't own the rights to it.
Yeah.
And he said, and then I went off and did other jobs and never thought about it again until about 3 years later. And everybody's like, going on about it. He's like, hang on, that's the thing I designed.
Yeah, clippy, wasn't it?
Yeah, and he says, everybody hates it, but when I tell people that I designed it, they're like, oh, wow, that's so cool.
Yeah, it had its uses, don't get me wrong, but it was just annoying the way it just
It was the
smirked at you.
implementation.
Yeah, the
The character
implementation,
was great.
yeah.
Yeah. My favourite spoof of Clippy is he's there and he's saying, oh, look, it looks like you're about to spout unsubstantiated conspiracy theory nonsense. Would you like me to turn on all caps?
Yeah. It had an inane ability to state the obvious, didn't it?
It's my spirit animal.
And that was the thing. It was like such a patronising thing that you used to want to throw everything at the computer, didn't you? It's like, yeah.
Wait a minute, is that why you call me Clippy? God darn it.
Yeah.
Damn
Lee says he's getting high on Humbrol gloss coat. Yeah, it's a bit potent, mate. I would really hope that you're wearing your respirator, Lee, to be honest, mate.
Well, if he's getting high on it, it probably isn't. Get your respirator on.
Yeah, honestly, mate, you only get one pair of lungs, mate.
Yeah. Also, maybe try a different gloss coat, maybe.
Yeah.
Okay. Dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee. You've had a new kit turn up today, haven't you?
I have, yeah.
Yeah.
Would you like me to
show
expand on that? You would, wouldn't you?
I would, yeah, because you can show the people.
I'll tell you what I'll do then. I'll stop trying to paint that, being that I'd literally just put paint on the brush.
I don't mean like right now.
No, that's all right. You've mentioned it now, so...
I suddenly thought, you see.
Yeah. See, it's all right, as long as you get your Baneblade painted, I'll stop what I'm doing.
You could have waited. You could have said, I'll do it in a minute.
Hold up a minute. Are you now saying that you're patient enough to keep waiting because this isn't the Fox I know?
Yeah.
See what I did? See what I did, folks?
I didn't mean drop everything right then at that exact moment.
Whatever, dear, whatever. There you go. Yes, we've got a Bond bug, folks.
I love it.
Yeah. And
if anybody's got them on pre-order,
look at that. James May.
It is James May, isn't it?
Yeah.
With the perm.
But yeah, I had this on pre-order from the folks at eModels, and it turned up.
I think it came in yesterday, didn't it? So
came in yesterday, and and it is lovely, and it's got a figure in it as well. It's got a driver figure.
All right. I've got no idea what FX figures look like.
Noddy, a cross between James May and Noddy Older. Let's have a look. Let's have a looky look. I don't know. It's always got a bit of an Ed Stewart hairdo.
Oh, well, it's got the 1970s hair.
Yeah, let's just try and put that on. I'm trying to do it so that I don't show me address, but there you go.
Yeah.
There you go. Look at that. Yeah.
I just love this fact that when they made the figure for that, they didn't actually consider that hairstyle may not be appropriate in 50
Is
years'
that
time.
not Ed Stewart, the DJ?
That's actually a pretty good figure, actually, isn't it?
It is crisp because they seem to have, from my memory anyway, it looks like it's been slightly refined. Not by much, but by enough.
It's got a nice crisp face to it that looks actually human.
So I'm gonna do something slightly different with it. It's not getting alt, so don't worry about that.
Yeah, no.
But I am going to make it slightly unique to my stash. That's all I can really say. But yeah, I'm going to sit and build that hopefully next couple of weeks or so, alongside another car kit that I'm doing. So
you make it into a bluey car, aren't you? Oh, that's what you're doing. I know what you're doing.
No, not everything is bluey.
It is.
apart from most of my stash at the moment, but we won't get into that.
Yeah, most of your stash actually is bluey.
So, yeah, I'm going to be adding that alongside another build that I'm going to be doing and have them as a pair, even though, and I know one of them's 1/24th and the other one's 1/32 scale. I know that. But one is going to be near and the other is going to be far.
Ah.
See where I'm going?
One of them's a cow, then.
No. That's
far away.
That's my mate's Volkswagen camper bus. I painted it as a Frisian cow because that's what he wanted.
Lee Eagles says, I'm next to an open window if that helps.
Yeah, you should really be wearing a respirator, Lee. Consider yourself issued with a finger of shame from me, and I'm now going to grass you up. Marcy, Lee's spraying Humbrol, and he's not wearing a respirator.
Yep. Well, he's just spraying anything and not wearing a respirator.
So, Lee, I have thrown you under the bus, but I have thrown you under the bus to Muse.
He's thrown you right onto the back seat. That's where he's thrown you.
I am so glad that I am not
no coming back from that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because Marcy now is going to be looking at her bench, face palming, issuing a finger of shame.
Simple rule of any spraying: never use a rattle can indoors, and always wear a respirator if you're using an airbrush.
Yeah.
No excuses. Ooh.
I'm also going to tell H when she comes in.
God.
I'll go, H.
I might have to tell Mama Wolf.
Yeah.
She'll give him the V's.
Yeah. He says, no, I'm hand painting it.
Oh.
Candy Grab says, one of the reissued bomb bugs, very cool. It was, and it was only 9 of the Queen's pounds from eModels.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, no, I've just realised I've broken the finger off the end of my pointy officer.
Yeah.
I don't know when that's happened.
I wonder how many people that have paid the 300 quid for the eBay ones are now regretting their decision. Yeah.
Yes. It was only in print from 1971 to 1975, the original release.
Yes. And I remember my mum getting me one as a kid because it came in a little bag with a cardboard tab on it. And I just remember it hanging there. And we used to have a fella down the road from us that actually had one in real life. And it was...
Oh, wow.
It was one of the first model kits that I actually painted. And
cool.
I loved my little Bond bug. And many years of scouring and seeing silly prices put me off of ever getting one. And then I saw they was coming out on pre-order. So
yeah. I never actually knew what a Bond bug was, but I had a die-cast toy, probably a Corgi or Matchbox, a big one, about that big. Yeah. Never had the model kit. It was only later in life when I actually found out what the Bond bugs actually were. I'm like, oh, wow.
So I shall get another one at some point, but I want to do that one as part of a pair, just for fun. But yeah, you'll get it when you see it. Yeah. So it's already got a name, the car. I've done the decals for it; they're ready to print off.
I keep needing to sort out decals for you for my...
I was just about to do that most unsubtle of segues. A bit like the decals Fox wants me to do for his Bluey car that he still hasn't sent me.
And now I still need to sort that out in Photoshop. And, I've got the images now. I need to go outside and actually check what all the stickers on my car are because I forgot some of them.
Just send me the images. I can do the size in here, mate, because I've got a Bluey car next to me, haven't I?
This is indeed true.
Just let me know when I do them whether or not they're the right scale. So I'll hold mine up and we can do, do you want it to scale like your car? What
I might do is do like lots of different sizes because if you're going to use an A4 sheet, I might as well get a whole, and I can use them on loads of other builds then, can't I?
Yeah, I'm just doing multiple Warhammer glyphs and all kinds of gubbins and just do a super duper decal sheet.
So I must do that.
Because
I need to actually go outside and take a picture of my stickers on my car because I've forgotten what half of them are. And now I've got an Orkney one that I've not been able to find. I found one like it online, because I'm going online to find the stickers that are actually the vinyls that are actually on my car.
I've got the Orkney sticker on my door there. I can take a picture of it and scale it in Photoshop. Is it the one that's red with the blue and the yellow cross on it with Orkney written under it on a white banner?
I can't actually remember whether it's a flag or I can't remember if it's a straight thing or a curvy bendy thing. That's the thing I can't remember.
Yeah.
I've got one. I found one, but I can't remember if it's the right one. I need to go and check.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'll sort it all out anyway, because there's some of the bits I might put on the sheet just to for the stuff. So I'll do that this week.
Yeah. Tune in next week when I say Fox is still to send me the decal sheet for the Bluey car.
Mm-hmm.
Put it this way, if you don't send it, I am going to grass you up. Not only to your mum, but to H and Marcy.
Well, Mum and Wolf won't even know what a Bluey car is, so that's cool. But H and Marcy. Marcy's told off me, by the way.
Good girl. Thank you, Marcy.
There's been telling off in chat. It has occurred. And rightly so, I think.
Yeah, so glad I'm not you, Lee. You're on your own there, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah. She'll be keeping a close eye on you now. You'll be under supervision. Jeff says, is the Bond bug a re-release or retooled? I think it's been retooled. The windows have, put it that way. Where the side windows are, they're a retooling.
Yeah, I couldn't find any info on the website whether it was actually what they've redone.
I think
with
the
it.
original car itself is the same moulding, but the windows themselves are retooled. They're a lot more crisper, and they've got that undulation on them of the original polythene type windows that they were. So yes. And I think there's the decal sheet might be slightly different as well. So
yeah, we've got the benefit of better acrylic nowadays for clear windows and things, haven't we?
yes. So
better acrylics.
I'm actually really looking forward to doing it because it's one of those. It's taking me back to when I built it as a kid almost, you know, and it's just nostalgia, isn't it?
One of the comments on the eModels page was, is it 1-to-1 scale? And the reply was, it's almost.
Yeah. It's like,
close enough.
It's 1/32, not 1/24. Well, yeah. It was made in the 70s.
Yeah, a lot of FX cars are 1/32.
I actually think the scale that comes in just makes it that much cuter.
Where was I going to put this one?
So, yeah, I'm well happy that I got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jeff, I've had a look at it, mate. And, you know, for a tenner, mate, for me, it's well worth getting it. But
yeah, at the end of the day, it's a tenner, isn't it? It's like a great little thing.
I'm going to be biased because I've been after one for yonks, and it's, so I'm happy for a tenner. Can't go wrong.
No, absolutely can't go wrong.
Yeah. I just can see people face palming when they see what I'm going to do with it. It's not going to be Warhammer. It's not going to be Bluey. There's no orcs involved. It's just me bringing a little twist to it that I think will work. If people hate it, then it hasn't worked. But I don't think they will. I think they'll get what I'm trying to do.
Not that I know what it's going to be, but is it still going to be orange?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, yes, it's still going to be its original colour to a degree.
To a degree,
But the eagle-eyed will spot the twist, put it that way. So, yeah.
I might get one myself, but just purely to paint the guy's hair.
Yeah.
just for the figure, the 1970s figure.
Oh, yeah, because I am going to sculpt a pair of flares for it, because why not? You know, I could go for the full 1970s kipper tie as well, but yeah.
Ooh. Make it like an Open University staff car.
Yeah, do it like that teacher that had the tweed jacket with the corduroy elbow pads and one big boot on his foot, you know, because we all had that. We all had that history teacher.
Oh, for us, it was a physics teacher. Had the corduroy jacket with the elbow pads and the camper van.
Yeah.
It was a camper van full of, like, dogs. He had dogs that just stayed in the camper van while he was at school teaching.
Yeah, as had the Bedford one with the sliding doors. It was like, yeah.
Right. Now, let's get a little bit silly.
Robin says, is it going to be a Dodgem car? Oh, good call, but not quite.
Quite.
Yeah, I know what's going to happen now when this stream ends. He'll be going, tell me.
Tell me. And you'll be like, nope.
Yeah. All will be revealed. It won't take that much to film it, but because I'm building it with another car, I want them both to have the same theme.
Mm-hmm.
I'm tempted to get another one.
For 10 quid, you can't really.
Yeah, purely and simply because I can see a theme building up when I do.
Here we go.
Do me builds, and I can see more than one being built. So
it's the kind of thing that I could see Steve Mundy getting that and making it into the cockpit of something.
Yeah.
It'd be a good little thing to make into a cockpit, wouldn't it?
Well, it lends itself even to some quite quirky ideas. And yeah, I mean, I grew up, my first car was an Ilman Imp, and I painted it red and put the Starsky and Hutch stripe on it because, yeah, why not?
Yeah, we had Ilman Imps.
You know, but it was a funny, quirky little car with the engine in the back, and that was my apprentice car, you know, and that had pretty much the nuts on it, you know. Everything was chromed because my mate worked down the local Sunbeam iron factory, so he used to chrome all the bits for me on it, and it was
your bits.
Probably the rocker covers and that were worth more than the actual car.
Probably.
Alternator had chrome on it, you name it, it was chromed. But it was brush painted red and with the white stripe. Yeah, it was a proper apprentice's motor, you know.
Yeah,
but
that's one step away from putting it on with a roller, really, isn't it?
Well, that car cost me, at the time, it cost me 15 quid and a pouch of Old Alban. So it was a pretty good investment, mate. And I had 6 years out of that little car.
I mean, my first ever car was a Mark II Escort that I had 2 years before I was old enough to drive, and I never got to drive it. And I think I'd paid 25 quid for that from a neighbour. So
yeah, you know, and that got me through that insurance barrier that all new drivers had back then when they first tried to insure a car. It was like, you need to
£1 billion.
Yeah, you need to sell a house to afford the insurance. So that little Ilman Imp, I remember the first time I picked H up in it, she just looked at it and she went, oh, God. Yeah.
Yeah, but the thing about those old cars, right, that modern cars don't do and they're rubbish at is the solid plastic wheel.
Yeah.
I love the solid plastic wheel.
Yeah.
I want solid plastic wheel on my car. I'd love an old car like that.
Yeah. It was just, oh, God. Please don't drop me off straight outside my house. The neighbours are going to laugh if they see me getting out of this.
I found myself looking at old Volkswagens the other day. Volkswagen Beetle adverts. And I suddenly found myself really wanting an old Volkswagen Beetle. But, of course, you know, it'd be a minefield.
Yeah.
I was like, you know what? I just really love an old Volkswagen Beetle, because why not?
People are sourcing them again now because, you know, a lot of them are getting converted to electric. You know, people are buying old Beetles, converting them to electric and using them in London because it does away with the ULs thing, you know, the new zone that Sadiq and his Khan have put up in London. And it's basically between 12 and 20 quid a day now to have your car in London if it's over certain emissions. Plus, you've got the congestion charge on top of that. So most people, their cars ain't worth it. In a week, you're going to spend more than the car's worth.
Yeah.
It's just their way of trying to get older cars and gas guzzlers off the market. But my philosophy is, why not spend time in Kensington getting all the Chelsea tractors off the road?
Yeah.
Because no one needs, you know, a V8 Range Rover to take their kid 200 yards to their prep school. I'm sorry. No, absolutely not. And that's the ones that annoy me, the Chelsea tractor set in London, because they're a menace.
A friend of mine moved down to London many years ago, in the early 90s, and he said, like within a month of moving there, he just got rid of his car and said, "There's no point in having a car.
You don't need one."
He said, "Anywhere I need to go, I can get on the tube and or walk or get a bus. There's literally no point in having a car."
You know, if you live and work in London, you could probably do it with an Oyster card, to be honest with you. You know, we used to get
Smart
Red
car.
Rovers. You know, you'd get a red bus rover, and that took you around all the different zones and on the tube, job done. It's only when I moved down here that I got a car again.
Yeah. Right, I'm going to have to step away for one moment.
Yeah, you step away,
I shall
dear.
be back momentarily.
He'll be back momentarily, folks. There you go. So, yeah, I mean, I'm all for, you know, doing the bit for the planet and that because, you know, if something isn't done yet, but you've also got to take into account that not everyone can afford to replace their vehicle, you know, so where do you have allowances, so to speak? You know, do they just ban cars totally? If you live and work in London, technically, do you need a car? Because everything's a cheaper way. So, trouble is, you know, public transport in the UK isn't as great as it is in other countries. So, here's one of them. You know, my mate, he goes up north to Scotland. It's cheaper for him to buy a cheap car with 6 months tax and MOT than it is a train ticket. So you're going to have old bangers on the road when it's, you know, people are having to do that. So make it a bit more affordable and people will use it. Or reliable even, but what can you do? Who knows what the answer is, but I mean, I'm lucky I don't drive now, so I'm not allowed to. So, H commutes for her work because, yeah, she goes to Surrey, so, you know. But if it wasn't for that, she wouldn't have a car. She wouldn't bother. I mean, my cousin that lives in London, he hasn't had a car for donkey's years. Because, like he said, you know, he doesn't need it. If he needs to drive anywhere, he just hires a motor. You know, if he needs to go out of London or abroad or whatever, he'll just hire a car when he's out there. Muse says our infrastructure isn't ready for that change, and who is buying me a new car? Exactly, Marcy. Not everyone can do it, darling. And that's the thing. And what's happening in London is the mayor of London is bought in this emissions zone area. He's basically banning all the cars, but most people that are affected are the working class fellas and women that need their little cheap motor to get about. It's affecting the wrong people again, so I don't really know what the answer is, to be honest.
Yeah. I think they mooted some sort of that kind of thing around here, actually, but we're like in the middle class suburban in the middle of nowhere, so it's like not really needed.
I mean, it's like me, right? I live down an alleyway that if you was to walk past, you wouldn't even know my house is down here.
Yeah.
So if Helen had an electric car, one, she can't charge it because we've got no parking outside the house because I've got the green outside. The road where she parks is over the way there. Also, for the job she does, by the time she's got to her first job, there's not going to be enough time to charge her car before she needs to travel to her next destination. So it's not viable.
Yeah. I mean, and you can get 200 or 300 miles out of electric cars now, but still, it's not.
Yeah.
I mean, I get stressed enough thinking if my car will even start. So I've had to have enough battery. I'd be like,
but
it's stressing me out.
For us, we can't park the car more than 200 or 300 yards closer to the house. So
You can't charge it.
Exactly. If you had a lead trailing across the floor, your local kids are just going to unplug it, and your car's never going to charge.
Not practical at all.
So I don't know what the answer is. I know you can get electric cars that through braking regenerate and charge. Perhaps that's the answer, but
Yeah, you still have to charge them.
Yeah.
Usually they don't, you? Somehow.
Exactly. When you plug them in, where's the power come from? Oh, it comes from the power station, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So I don't
But yeah,
know.
like I say, for people like yourself, it's no use if you've not got a driveway or somewhere outside the house you can.
Yeah. And someone that lives in an apartment, all the docklands over here have been redeveloped. So say you're on the 8th floor of an apartment complex, and there's no charging ports around there. Yeah.
I mean, don't they all have parking anyway, those apartment complexes?
A lot of them have underground parking, but not all of them.
No. I suppose, the landlords or whoever could provide it, but then you've still got to have it.
A lot of them here that have been converted, the underground parking is there, but you're actually dissuaded if you live in town now to actually own a car. You get an incentive to buy the properties that don't actually have a parking space, because you get a bonus. You get that property a bit cheaper because you don't own a car. So, yeah.
When I used to work for a company, and we used to do various things, but one of the things we did was handle all the calls for Hampton's estate agents in London. Very expensive, very exclusive estate agents.
Oh, right, yeah.
And we had a classic one once. It was an apartment in a Docklands type area. And the apartment was something like 850,000. This is going back 20 years. 850 grand for this apartment.
Yeah,
probably a lot more than that. And you could optionally buy a parking space.
Yeah.
For £350,000, and it's like that costs more than a house. Because bearing in mind we're up here in the northwest, it's like people down south are paying 350 grand just for a parking space. Yeah, that's craziness.
Yeah. 1-bedroom apartment here now's $250,000.
Yeah,
it's just mad.
Yep.
Absolutely mad, the prices.
You're mad.
No, I'm not. I've got a discharge card that proves it.
I thought you were just going to say you got a discharge. I wouldn't want to know about your discharges. Thank you very much.
Sounded so wrong. And all the beauty of painting them with lead voucher, but I'm actually going to rust them. Yeah.
But you know it's there.
Marcy says we have EV stations at most large businesses. The place I work has them, yeah. It's becoming a thing over it, but not to the extent where everyone can use it, if that makes sense,
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. If authorities want people to start moving towards EV cars, they need to really start building up that infrastructure for EV stations and stuff, don't they? Charging stations.
Well, yeah, I mean, you're on a residential estate, yeah? Now, they're a right old rabbit warren. Now, you think most houses are multiple car owners. You're just not going to have enough power points to service everyone.
No.
So you're going to have people fighting over the charging ports, and it's just like, really?
I mean, it might become the kind of thing where, like down our streets now, we have leafy suburbs and trees going down there. And it might be like 50 years from now, every street has like just endless EV charging spots. I don't know.
Well, our local MP said there's enough lampposts in the neighbourhoods for them to put charging points being powered by the lampposts.
Yeah.
So, can't we just look at a way of attaching them to them and making it a single unit? And
just build it into the lamppost. It's like that.
Yeah, build it into it, and you have a couple of charging ports, or you can plug your lead into like a gang plug that comes off the lamp. I don't know, but they're certainly looking at it.
I mean, there's enough electrical infrastructure built into every street that they could easily.
Yeah.
But like you say, though, it might well be that, they build it into your home street, but then most people perhaps would charge their vehicle when they get to work or wherever they get where they're going. If they put enough out in the wild, I think eventually it'll be sorted out. It's like, I suppose when the first petrol cars came out, there were very few petrol stations, and it was like, well, how are we going to...
Well, we get businesses here that get a incentive on their business rate if they encourage their employees either to use public transport or a cycle to work scheme. So the business gets a rebate. They then give their employees a bit extra bunts through the scheme. So there are ways to do it. But again, you know, if you're commuting from London into Basingstoke, you've got no choice really, because we've only got to look at the recent events with industrial action. You can't rely on public transport at the moment because they're all going out on strike every 5 minutes.
I mean, it could well be that they say to companies, right, if you have an office or a building and you have a car park, you must have an EV spot for an EV charger for every parking spot.
Yes,
that would be complete, because then you go to work, car's charged all day, you go home, you never have to charge it at home. That would be one solution.
Absolutely.
But it's an expensive solution. Would companies do that? I don't know.
I don't know.
It'll all be sorted out in 20 or 30 years. They'll be
They've got to attract the workforce, haven't they? So. You know, things do need to change, don't get me wrong, you know, and I'm not naive enough to admit that. But I think it needs to be done in a structured way, because we all know it's going to impact the working person first, isn't it?
Yeah.
And
I mean, it's really, when you think about it, it's no different to doing things like setting up the national grid or setting up the National Health Service or setting up any of our, like, when they first set up the electricity grid to be one standard rather than all these different standards and things.
Yeah.
Because don't forget, back in the day, people bought a light bulb. There's no guarantee it would fit into your light socket.
You had AC or DC, didn't you? You know,
it was different standards and formats.
Just bayonet fittings and all of that. Like, everything was different.
Yeah. So who can say what things will be like in...
Yeah, we do have incentives here, local businesses and that are, you know, the cycle to work scheme is a big thing where we are, and all our major junctions have dedicated cycleways and all of that lot. And so there is that infrastructure there. They're even looking at bringing back trams locally and having a proper full-blown tram service, but...
Oh, yeah.
It's still people coming into town. They're on about building a huge truck stop stroke hotel complex just outside our town. And then everyone that commutes in parks there, and then there'll be a massive tram park and ride type thing going on.
Yeah.
You know? And they're looking at that.
I mean, I will be honest and say, if I was in London, I wouldn't want to ride a bike anywhere.
No, I used to do motorcycle couriering up there, and...
Yeah, it's like I wouldn't want to be riding a pedal bike anywhere in London. Yeah,
I got taken out by a taxi, never forget it. He threw his driver's door open right in front of me, and it's like, yeah.
Well, that's for that.
Yeah, these things happen, but it was... You had your heart in your mouth when you was couriering around London on the bike, because not everyone looks out for motorcycles, do they? And also, not every motorcyclist rides... correctly, do they? There are some idiots on two wheels, so yeah.
Well, I'm sure it'll get sorted out somehow in the future. Who knows?
Marcy says just another money grab for the ones who are already rich. Absolutely, Marcy. You know, it's them that are going to benefit, love, not us. Right, what was I doing?
I think we were shouting at the clouds. I think.
No, we was having a good wibble, mate. Good wibble.
Good old men shouting at clouds wibble. I like it.
Right. Let's put that on there for a minute and have a thinkykins on what I was up to. I've got a feeling I was going to start doing a bit of detail.
Don't push things too far with this thinking, and you know, it's consequences.
I know. Scary, isn't it? Yeah.
Oh, that went down the wrong way.
Yeah.
Hang on, I just one sec.
Well, it's like the thing Marcy says there about the cars with the batteries are more expensive than the car. And what do they do with all the old parts? Yeah, exactly. I mean, how do they recycle these batteries? And so, yeah, I don't know whether it's been thought out enough, personally. So, yeah.
I don't think battery technology is anywhere near where it needs to be for that kind of...
Not for the mass consumption, no.
No, it will get there eventually, but the funny thing is there's always it's like breaking news, battery technology is going to do it, and then it never does.
No.
Everything's always 5 to 10 years away. A bit like fusion, it's always 50 years away. We'll get there eventually.
Yeah, so Yeah, it's a tough one. It really is at the end of the day. Hopefully they find the answer.
Ultimately, we're old. We don't know about such things.
We'll
the young kids of today.
We'll be pushing up daisies long before this all comes in.
Yeah.
But it's one of those, isn't it? You know, car ownership, you know, it's... Something's got to change.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we're only, what? Is it 5 years away from petrol cars and diesel cars no longer being able to be sold? Is it 2030 it comes in the UK?
Yeah, they can't manufacture any new petrol or diesel things, can they?
Yeah. So, you know, it's only 5 years away, really, when you think about it. And then they'll heavily tax the second-hand car market for selling petrol and diesel cars.
Yep.
So 5 years isn't a long time, really, is it?
No. I mean, basically, anybody buying a brand new car from 5 years from now will have to buy an electric. So they kind of need to get some infrastructure in place.
I think this is the problem. We haven't got it. I mean, we can't even build the HS2 train line, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And I think there's infrastructure there. It's just not widespread enough. It's not everywhere enough for everybody. It needs to be widespread enough and simple enough for, you know, your businessman to go to work, but for your what the Americans would call the soccer mom to drop their kids off at school.
Well, this is it. I mean, Helen's looking at it already going, how the hell would I function in my job? I'd have to buy an electric car. I can't afford one of them.
Yeah.
She said, in half the places I go to, she said, I haven't got charging ports for any of that. Probably won't have. So,
no.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not going to be like petrol cars will suddenly vanish off the roads. Like, you'll probably be another 10, 20 years, but they'll still go around. But eventually that infrastructure will go away because there'll be not enough around.
I mean, my old motor, you know, all right, it's a classic car, I know, but it's highest insurance level because of its engine size. Plus the fact that, you know, to drive it round London would cost you an arm and a leg. So it is totally impractical.
Oh, yeah, it's not a practical urban
Which is, you know, why I've got no qualms it going to its new owner, because it's no longer my issue type of thing, you know. But it certainly wouldn't be... I wouldn't be able to put it back on the road and use it meaningfully because you can't drive it anywhere.
Nope. I mean, that kind of car, big engine, like you say, it's no use anyway for urban driving.
No.
Things like little smart cars and stuff are perfect if you just put them around London. But, you know, that's however long they're going to last. But, yeah, 5 years from now.
It's all done, isn't it? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to be interesting to see which way it goes.
Yeah.
Mew says, my great-grandkids will be pushing up daisies before this is sorted. Yes, Marcy, I certainly think it's 2 or 3 generations at least. And by then, God, dread to think what it's going to be like.
Right.
Yeah, no, it's just basically every major city now. It's just a car park, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Ow. Don't do that.
I miss the freedom of being able to just walk out, get in the car and drive somewhere, but I don't miss the stress of driving.
No. It's like, I like driving like on country roads and stuff because it's open and free, but I never enjoyed driving around Manchester. That was horrible. Driving to the studio and stuff in Manchester.
Yeah.
I kind of, the first few times when I learned how to get there, that was one thing that was stressful. Then once I knew where I was going, how to get there, it was just then the stress of navigating those roads in Manchester. I was like, oh, really?
Well, we're from the generation that used to have an atlas.
And map, yeah.
A map, a atlas.
I developed a fantastic language of symbols.
Yeah.
And what I used to do was, before I went on a journey, when I had my Land Rover and a big flat dashboard, I'd do a whole load of Post-it notes with symbols, all in the right order. So it'd be like, that's a roundabout, 3, third exit, then turn left, and I just as I did each step, I'd take the Post-it note off the dashboard. That's how that was my map. That was my how to get somewhere guide. Because I wouldn't remember a map. That'd be rubbish. Where's my cocktail stick? There it is. So yeah, that was my thing, was to Must have quite literally.
Marcy says, pizza is here. See ya. Enjoy, Marcy. Enjoy.
Bye.
She's going to have pizza face later, isn't she, where she's got all the filling round her chops.
I want pizza for dinner now.
Yeah.
I don't know if it'll still be open by the time we finish. I'll have to wait and see.
Do you want to order something now whilst we're on air, so that at least you've done it?
No, because then Murphy's Law says it will turn up while we're in the middle of a stream, and I'll be like, right, bye, gone.
It's all right.
So that was a bit rude.
We're not going to go late anyway. I've got medical tomorrow, so...
Yeah, so we're going to go to 11 o'clock?
Yeah, do that. Yeah. I can't go into the early hours because,
No.
I've got me nurse coming round tomorrow, so... Because obviously H isn't here, so...
Oh, yeah?
She's got to do my medical stuff whilst H is not here.
I hope they send you the big scary nurse that terrifies you into doing what she says, because otherwise that's what you need, basically, isn't it?
It'll be Debbie. She don't take no prisoners, mate.
Oh, good. Yeah, you don't need a nice nurse. You need Nurse Ratchet.
Oh, Debbie don't take no shite off of me, mate. Excuse my language. Yeah.
Oops.
Yeah, she doesn't. She doesn't put up with that. You know, she knows what I'm like, and she knows all my tricks that I employ.
Yeah, your tricks don't work. Your Jedi mind tricks have no effect on me, child.
Yeah. Dare I say, it's who am I punishing by not doing as me told myself?
Yeah, but the thing is, you say that, but you still do it,
I'll still push the boundaries because it's how I am. But
don't want to do it. You're only punishing yourself. I know, but
but no. So she'll be out tomorrow. So
and of course there'll be full reports back to H.
Oh yeah, if she starts looking around the kitchen to make sure that I haven't blown it up, then I'm going to know that them two are conspiring.
I think you can probably fairly safely assume that them two are conspiring regardless.
Oh, absolutely. She was on the phone to her today and I could hear her saying, tried to get out of it again. Yeah. So, thanks for grassing me up there, H. So I told you I would.
Yeah.
So, all right.
Shouldn't try and get out of doing stuff.
Don't, mate.
Especially after you've just sat there now and said, and you're harming yourself when you do it, and yet you still do it.
Yeah, but you've got to test their resilience, haven't you?
No.
Got to keep them on their toes.
No, you got to shut up and do as you're told.
No, you got to have.
That's what H would say.
You've got to have fun with it. You've got to just every now and then try to flex your muscles, even though it's not going to get you anywhere.
H would just be like, if it makes you feel better, then you think you've done something for yourself.
It's my method, and I'm sticking to it.
Oh yeah.
Does it work? Of course it don't.
No.
Of course it don't.
It's like H says, she finds it amusing when you sometimes think you're the one making the decisions when you're not.
Yeah. I like being in charge. She goes, yeah, I'm allowing you to be. Damn it.
Yeah, bless you for thinking that. She thinks herself.
Yeah. Well, she does. Sometimes she looks at my eldest, Lex, and goes,
you believe what you want.
Yeah. Oh, bless him. He thinks he's in charge. Damn it. Any sense of masculinity just drains immediately from you.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah, so.
It is the way forward. It is the order of things.
And she'll just tell herself, I've got a phone now. No. It's a bit like Mum when she tries to resist you and she goes, no, don't want to do it. And you go, yeah, you can have a treat. Okay. Yeah, that's me.
Don't want to do that. You get some crisps. Okay. Doing it now.
Yeah, no, but Deb's already said, I am not open to bribery in any shape or form. Don't even waste your breath. I said, really? Is that what you think? She said, H has told me all of your tricks that you get up to. And I've also been in and spoke to Pam. Pam's my GP. She said, right.
Oh, yeah.
You got to watch him. He's a bit of a devil. He will try to get out of doing everything you try to get him to do. Why does he bother, she said? Because he's going to lose. She said it entertains him.
Keeps him amused.
Yeah, go with it, but then put your foot down.
Yeah, it makes him think he's got a choice.
And then if he resists, just start dialing H's number.
Yeah.
He'll comply.
You'll see the blood drain from his face, the colour drain from his face even.
I'm like, it's nice to know that they, value you so well, isn't it? It's like,
Mm-hmm. You know your place.
Oh, absolutely.
You know that your place is to be wherever they tell you to be without question. Shut up.
Yeah. It's funny, I had this conversation with Pam recently. She's same age as me. And she said, I've got that thing in my head already. She said that when I retire, I've got that difficult decision of handing you over to someone else, knowing what you're like and what it's going to do to them. They are going to age very quickly.
How can she live with the knowledge of what she's going to put someone through?
Knowing I've got to do that to one of my colleagues, she said, it's making me want to stay in this job longer.
Yes. What's your lasting triumph? Well, I made my nurse stay in the job for longer.
I said, I'm not that bad.
Did she sort of go quiet at that point and just not say anything?
The crickets were so loud.
I can't do cricket noises. I wish I could.
Yeah, it was inaudible, mate. And it was like, really? Really? Is this what this has come to now? Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
So, yeah. I stood absolutely no chance.
Yep, that is absolutely right. I think it's more amusing that you know that you've got no chance, but you still try it anyway, just for the sake of being awkward.
Yeah, but you got to, ain't ya? Because why not?
You've got to do what makes you feel that you've got some control over it.
I've got no control over anything, mate. I know I've already lost.
Whatever makes you think you've got some control over it. Let's say that instead.
Yeah. I like to think I know that. Yeah, but it's not the case.
Mm-hmm.
Let's clean that off. Retro says we'll see hydrogen conversions and synthetic fuels before we go totally electric. Yeah, MotoGP's looking at bringing some in for 2024, biofuels and e-fuels and that, because they want to make motorcycle racing more sustainable.
Yeah, the thing with hydrogen is it's been touted as the big saviour for many, many years, but it's not, though, because it's not that efficient as energy storage.
Well, they had a thing a few years ago about ethanol, didn't they? And that died a death.
Yeah. Because it's all about like how good it is. Get my words out. How efficient is it at storing energy? And if there's other more efficient way. The problem is that petroleum is very, very efficient at storing energy, and that's the problem we've got. It's a very good energy store.
Yeah.
That's the real problem, you see. It's very hard to beat that. They just need to invent like fusion and then somehow invent like tiny fusion batteries, and then we can just have
nuclear-powered cars.
The Ford Nucleon was a thing they actually built. Prototype of. Sort of. They didn't build the nuclear bit, obviously.
Just imagine that, couldn't you?
I remember listening to a conversation that was being had, and they were saying that hydrogen fuel, the problem with hydrogen fuel cars is that you use a lot more energy to make the hydrogen fuel than you do to make like petroleum.
Yeah.
It's actually less efficient in terms of, it's efficient for the car, but not for the actual how to make the fuel.
Yeah.
In terms of how much energy you get stored, it's like, it's less good for the environment and for the world. And
yeah.
Ooh, I've got sniffles.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those, but my annoyance with it all is it always seems to be the same countries that are bringing in these. And yet you've got, like, say, China and other countries that are totally ignoring it all and just doing their own thing. And I think everyone needs to be on board with it to make it work.
Yeah.
But if you've still got countries with massive coal power stations and things like that,
yeah, you're never going to change them.
You're never going to change it, are you?
You can't do anything else.
Yes,
no.
Exactly. So, yeah, it's no good some of the countries doing it. All of them need to do it.
Yes.
Otherwise, it's just going to stay the same, isn't it?
I'm thinking about pizza now. Paul Di Tommaso says, so dinner is roast chicken, seasoned potato wedges, mac and cheese salad, and some dipping sauce.
Oh, nice one, road trip.
Mac and cheese. Mac and cheese. Excuse me.
Canada's nice this time of year.
Yeah, I hear it's nice any time of year.
Yeah.
Although what's with mac and cheese and not poutine? Shouldn't it be poutine? You're a traitor to your country. Yeah,
we don't talk about him.
No, I see what you did there. I see what you did there. You get 10 points for that.
That was lame, wasn't it? But hey, I'm happy.
No, that was a good. I had to think when you said that. I was like, wait, what? And you get 10 points, 10 internet points for that. That's good for
cheers,
you.
Hercule. I'm happy.
Yeah. For you, that was a good one.
There you go.
That's one of those classic complimentary insults.
Yeah.
Yes, that dress looks good, considering you're wearing it.
Yeah.
Slap.
That dress has got a crease in it. No, it hasn't. Then your bum needs an iron. No, you can't say that. Okay.
Colin knows all the things not to say to the wife because he said all the things that you're not supposed to say.
Oh, don't.
He's made those mistakes, so we don't have to.
You get that conversation as a bloke that we all dread. The wife comes in with 2 outfits. Which one of these do you think I should wear? No matter what one we choose, they will always choose the other one, but then they'll say to you, so what's wrong with this one then? Well, they're both not. Well, no, you chose the other one. What's wrong with this then? Does it make me look fat? And you're like, did I actually say that? No. But, yeah. And we all fall for it.
What you have to do is you have to develop the single response that gets you everything and just go, Switzerland.
I normally go, I don't like turtles.
Don't believe in Canada.
Yeah. It's like, yeah. She just looks at me and goes, what? I go, yeah, I don't like turtles, love. I don't ever go clothes shopping with her. My youngest lad goes with her. And it's like, yeah, and I will say to him, God, you know how much I love your son. He says, you're only saying that because I go clothes shopping with Mum. I go, yep.
Yeah. I've done the clothes shopping with the significant other, and it's not something I ever want to repeat.
You go around 35 shops, they try on 60 outfits, they go back to the first shop and buy the first outfit they tried on.
I was about to say that's exactly what happened to me. Went through all the shops in Manchester, and she went back to the first one and bought that. And I was like, oh, really?
Yeah. It's like, really?
I said, you know what I do? I walk into a shop, I look around and think, that's all right, I buy it and I wear it. That's how it works.
I go in, black T-shirt, black jeans, done. I'm going home now.
Yeah.
But yeah. Yeah, we all do it, don't we? And it's like, yeah. But in towns, you see an endless procession of blokes stood outside shops with that look that only a bloke can have.
Or even better, loitering outside changing rooms, trying not to look like they need to be arrested.
Yeah.
Because they're waiting for their other half. But of course, they're having to stand around loitering outside the changing rooms, which makes them look like they're up to something. And it's like, no.
Yeah. They don't want people to think that they're a bit of a peep-in Tom because they're hanging around outside the ladies' changing room. Yeah.
Exactly.
So you get blokes that either have got bad eyes that stare at their feet or the ceiling, and they're like, It's a very sorrowful look that we all have, isn't it?
I mean, I said to my girlfriend, I said, why do you even bother asking me what I think? Because there's no point. I just wear a T-shirt and jeans. I don't care. Why do you even ask? Because you know I'm going to get myself in trouble. And
why ask me? Because you're going to disagree with my choice anyway. Yeah, but you need to get involved. Why? Why do I need to get involved? You could put an old sack on yourself, a rubbish bin sack. You'd still look nice, and it's
like, what? Yeah. It's like, why do you need someone else to tell you that you just? Why can't you make your own decisions about what to wear? I don't care.
So you're now saying I look like I'm wearing a bin bag. That's another one I've had, and I'm like, damn it.
Yeah.
Kind of left myself wide open for that, but
yeah.
I'm like, damn, this is going to be a painful session.
Yeah. Have these come off yet? I can't believe I broke the pointy finger off my tank commander.
Yeah, we got Captain Pointy Man.
Not anymore, I haven't. There.
Who else have we got? We've got that gun bloke.
Captain Pointy Mans. Not so pointy anymore.
Yeah, the gun ain't going on for a while yet because We know what happens when you glue guns on. You end up knocking them off every time you move anything.
Yep, it never ends well.
Yeah, we've got those. They can go on next. Loads of bullets. There's another dude somewhere. Oh, there's the hatch I've been looking for. There's another dude.
Not the hatch we're looking for.
There he is. Knew I'd seen him. I knew I had another dude. Bobbin says it's known that men have only two faults: everything we say and everything we do. Pretty much, mate.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah. Any bloke that says he understands women doesn't understand women.
Yep.
No one can ever understand.
That's like Einstein's famous quote: "Anyone who claims to understand quantum physics really doesn't understand quantum physics."
Yeah.
It's the same thing.
I wouldn't even begin to think I understand, because it's a world of pain that isn't going to work well.
I just accepted from a very young age that women confuse and terrify me, and I've done very well out of that. Thank you. I expect no less.
Yeah, I've tried hiding under the duvet with one eye poking out in the hope that puppy dog eyes might get me out of the hole, but it don't work like that.
No, nothing.
It really doesn't work like that. Not for me, anyway.
No.
Right.
That's there. Not quite straight. Curses. I developed this amazing skill of lining up a decal perfectly, and then the moment to try and damp it with the cotton bud, just nudge it a little tiny bit.
Oh, yeah, but it makes it go skew-whiffed, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm like, oh.
Yeah. You sit there, don't you, and you think, I just need to move it a micromillimetre. And, yeah, you end up moving it, it wrinkles up or whatever, and you're like, I wish I'd left it.
You're like, curses.
Yeah. I'm so glad it's not just me that happens to.
No, it seems to be something that I do more and more since I've got old.
Yeah. Drives you nuts, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Still,
like, really?
Still need to figure out what to do with me wheels and tracks. I need to sit and go through that. Right,
I'm putting lots and lots of markings on this, but most of these will disappear once it gets weathered. But they'll still be there. You'll be able to see them, and it'll be like,
oh yeah, because like you say, once you weather it down, it does dull it down a bit.
Yep.
Let's just clean that brush before we depart.
Gentlemen, clean your brush. Don't know what that was. I've got little markings on these panels that actually says attack use only, F series number 3759 mobile suit, which means nothing at all in relevance to this tank. But hey.
Point gun towards enemy.
Yes. Shoot bad guys.
Yeah. Retro says, yeah, we'll see conversions. I've read that one out.
You've read that one out.
Marcy says people don't know how to share the roads no matter what they're driving. This is the problem. Driving etiquette after time.
Mm-hmm.
Because people are cooned in their little cage and they think that all that matters is their journey, no one else's.
That's why I don't like driving on motorways. Not because I think I'm a bad driver, but I don't trust other people driving.
Yeah. Well, you have to drive everyone else's vehicle, not just your own.
Yep. A lot worse can happen at 70 than at 30.
Retro's put a gag in the chat there. He says, hey, Captain, what's with the steering wheel on your belt? Captain says, yeah, that'll be driving me nuts. I think we did. Boom, boom.
I was actually thinking about that joke when you said it.
Yeah. Boom, boom, he says.
Boom, boom.
Yeah, you can have 100 XP for that.
Yep. Broke the finger off my pointy tank commander.
don't forget, folks, as well, there is still the giveaway up from the Monday show, which is your chance to win a set of God Hand brushes.
Yep.
So click the link for Monday's show, put a comment in, and you could be in with a chance of winning a set.
Yes, it's the 4-piece semi-pro brush set. You get the very, very fine pointy brush, the slightly longer fine pointy brush that holds a bit more paint. You get the... I've got to do it right to the microphone. Filbert for your blocking colours in smoothly, and you get the dry brush, reasonably stiff dry brush for your stiff dry brushing needs. You're
a stiff dry brush.
Thank you. And it's 35 quid with the brush set, and it's a very good brush set.
Absolutely.
So make sure you go and put a comment. Make sure you go and put a comment on Monday's live stream video, because if you don't, you'd have to physically buy them. Yeah. Whereas this way, you can get them for free.
You got to be in it to win it, folks, and it's free.
You have to be in it to win it.
You know, that's how you got to look at it.
Where did I put those decals?
No idea.
No idea where I just put them. I put them in a place, and the place I put them was, there.
We paint them too, and then that's...
I've still not done enough decals. Might have to do some more off screen, I think, later on. I feel like I should do more, but I might get just far too carried away.
Sometimes less is more, though, isn't it? So...
Yeah, I mean, in my mind, every single, handle, hatch... and any kind of shape on the hull needs to have an instruction manual printed on it.
Yeah, you don't want to overcook it, but then again, yeah. Jeff Light says, I was once told by a traffic cop that if everyone had to resit their driving tests, 95% would fail. Absolutely, mate.
Oh, yeah. I was very happy that when I took my driving test, it was the last year of before they had
a two-part test. Yeah.
Yeah, theory. In my day, it was literally get in the car, drive around a bit, and you pass or you fail. Like literally the next year. And I learned, I did my test late. The next year, it's like, rather a theory test now.
Yeah, you'd still have your highway code that you had to do at the very end, but it wasn't as complex.
Yeah. No, they'd just pick 3 or 4 highway symbols at random and say, what's that?
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know, dogs pooping in the highway.
Yeah. Low-flying motorbike. No, that's not what I meant.
Yeah.
Oh, right, okay.
Old people bending type things, you know.
I wouldn't pass. I know that.
Yeah. I very much doubt I would pass.
Not as an adult, I wouldn't, no.
I didn't pass my first driving test anyway.
Yeah. Especially now, because, yeah. No, I passed second time, didn't pass first time.
Yeah, I passed second time. Second time's the charm. The funny thing is, I actually worked for the Driving Standards Agency, so I knew the examiner.
Yeah.
But the first time I failed, I turned right into a dual carriageway, but went onto the wrong side because I didn't realise it was a 4-lane dual carriageway with a thing down the middle.
Yeah.
I thought this was just the road, so I turned into the left-hand side of the... And he was like, yeah, just reverse backwards a little bit.
Yeah, you need to come out of there, yeah.
Yeah, he's like, and much as I know you, and I would give you a pass, I can't let you get away with that. So he slapped my wrist. He said, give me a hand. Slap. Right, you failed.
Yeah.
Try harder next time. Yeah, there's no getting around that one. He went, no, not really.
Yeah, I did it when I did test in London where... You went through your checkered box at the lights on a 4-way street, but I ended up facing 4 lanes of oncoming one-way traffic. I should have turned left.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Yeah, you can't get away with that one, can you?
There's only so much you can do. So obsessed not getting caught in that box when the lights changed, because that was an instant fail. But, yeah, I ended up neglecting to turn left, and I was just sat there facing the oncoming traffic, and it was, luckily for me, you know, the instructor was like, yeah, just quickly pull into that little lay-by, we'll be fine. Okay. But I knew, as soon as I'd done it, I knew.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, I shouldn't have done that.
I remember I had, when I was booking driving tests, somebody phoned up one day and said, yes, I'd just like to know, you know, what's the minimum number of things you can fail a test on?
Yeah.
I said, what do you mean? I said, well, can you fail a test on, like, how many mistakes can you make before and still get a pass?
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, if you drove into a crocodile of school children crossing a pelican crossing, that's one mistake. You're still going to fail your test. She went, it was a stupid question. I said, yes, it was a stupid question, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
I had someone phone up once and ask about driving tests for the blind.
Oh, no.
And it took 2 minutes before they realised what they'd actually went, I meant deaf, didn't I? I said, I think you did.
Yeah.
Did you mean deaf? And she went, I said blind, didn't I? Yes. Ah.
Oh. Jeff is saying those models are looking fantastic. Thank you very much, Jeff, for your input.
Thank you, Jeff. Got 4 more little decals to put on. And I think I'll call it quits then. I think we'll do that.
Yeah, I'm pretty much done. So I'll just wait for you.
I mean, I think I'll call it quits for decals.
Oh, right. Sorry. Yeah.
But yes, we'll.
Yeah. But yeah, it's coming along quite nicely, isn't it? For us both.
Look at yours. What have you done tonight, buddy? Because I've been watching. I've
been doing me chipping around the panels, around the turret with me light edges, dark edges. Just subtly, not massive, not on this one.
Yeah.
A few scratches and dinks. I've then got to go round and do all me skulls and everything, paint them on. Got to do me searchlight. Yeah, obviously these smoke guns, lenses,
chips in chips,
and obviously I want to start me tracks. So
yes,
yeah, it's just been going around, just doing the edge bits. Probably give it another wash just to bring it all together. Did a bit on the exhaust, started rusting them, and then I've got to paint all the detail on the Arish yet. So
yeah, I do like them fuel barrels. They're so cool the way they make me thirsty because lemony limey colours always make me thirsty. I don't know why.
Yeah, it's just
and greens.
Yeah, it's just something different, isn't it? And it's it's not overdone, it's not underdone, it's just subtle. Well, I say subtle, as much as this camo scheme can be subtle.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and it's just a matter now of going around, just picking out little details, a few more shades here and there, and just, So, yeah, I'm happy with it. It's coming along.
I've got lots more decals on mine, all the little warning markings and stencils and things that you'd have on a real vehicle. They look really silly now because they're bright white. Like you've got them there, and you've got some on the.
Well, that's it. It's got to be faded in, haven't they, and blended in, mate. So
yeah, you got little ones on the guns and stuff. Put some on the turrets. You got a little red one there saying danger. Yeah. That's the one that says something about bottles or something.
Yeah.
So we got all those on, and before we do the show next week, I'll probably give them a very light sanding to make them all fade a little bit.
Yeah, I found that when I stuck mine on, they were so bright that they stuck out like a blind cobbler's thumb, but. Once you dull them down, Yeah,
give them a little tiny bit of very gentle sand with a very fine sanding sponge. And then next week I shall start painting all the little tiny details before we then start onto... Oh, no, I've got to do the chipping first, haven't I? Next week it'll be chipping. Got the base coloured chipping down, and then I can brush paint the actual smaller chips inside.
Yeah. Chipping.
How did you do your chipping? Was it sponge or brush or both? Or
I did brush to start with. I've got sponge still to do, mate.
Sponge. Yeah.
Yeah. I've got a bit of sponge chipping that I want to do just on the actual main side panels. The edges I've done by brush, but I just want to go over with a bit of spongy.
Yeah. I mean, I'll do my base colours first, so I'll do like a very light a bone colour for the sand colour and a very light grey for the grey, and I'll sponge that on.
Yeah.
And then I'll go back with the fine brush, and do all my little rust colours in the middle of those, I think. Excuse me.
Yeah. Edges I tend to do with the brush, but the centres of the panels I tend to do with the sponge because you get a lot more randomisation that way.
Yeah, I tend to do like sponging for the big flat areas, like you said, and then
that's it. The edges are all done with a brush, but these areas here, do with a sponge because you can pick up the other colours, see, with the sponge, the underlying colours.
And sponge helps give you that kind of random. It gives you an idea of where to put the other chips, doesn't it? It's really good.
And not only that, you can get a nice large area done with a sponge that will take forever and a day with a brush. So
you're a large area.
I like being a large area. You're made of large areas.
Ooh, no, you're ridiculous. I can't get these decals off because they're at the stupid angle.
You're double super secret ridiculous.
Religious what?
Yeah.
I'm ridiculous.
Yeah.
Your mama. No, that's not going to work, is it?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's just desperation if you go to the
not with our
chicks.
mums, because our mums are pretty hardcore, aren't they? So yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
Our mamas just kick our ass.
Yeah, mine would just go, bless him.
Yes. Right, well, I think we may as well call it there. I'm going to be doing this for a minute, so...
Yeah, no worries. We'll wrap up, let you all get off. Massive thanks again for you all for joining us all.
Yes, as always.
Don't forget, folks, eModels.co.uk, your one-stop shop for all your god-hand needs. See what I did? See what I did?
All the model making needs, all of them.
If you want to grab this kit, folks, the link is below in the description. Yeah, you're done. The link is below the link is below in the description, folks, so you can grab yourself one of these Bane blades and build along if you so choose. Have a look in store, grab yourself a couple of bargains. We look forward to seeing you next Wednesday for another Workbench Live, folks.
Yes, I should put that down so I can wave.
Yeah, so until then, adios amigos.
Adios amigos, that's my line. Oh, you thieving. Oh.
Bye-bye.